mic wasn't on. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's on. It's on. I can see.
Hey, this is John 5, and I'm in Dallas at Trees, and you're watching Jam Magazine.
What was the transition from Manson to Zombie like? What is the most surprising difference between the two?
Well, there's two completely different animals, but with Manson, it was pretty much like New Year's Eve every day. Like, you wake up and you're like, oh my God. Like, it was like the Hangover movie, but like every night, every day, every day, every day. So you couldn't escape it because you were on a bus and with, these guys, and it was just complete and utter chaos. And everybody right now listening or is thinking of this chaos, and it's just times a zillion. So when I went into Zombie, it was a completely different camp. It was very controlled, and we went on at this time, got off at this time, and it was like joining a band with my best friend, because me and Rob get along, and we're like brothers.
Isn't he a vegan?
He is.
I thought so.
And me too.
You too?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
How is that going for you?
Great.
Going great?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Makes you feel a lot healthier.
Oh my God, of course.
Energy.
Yeah.
Alive.
It's the greatest thing I've ever done. I'm telling you, it's the best thing I've ever done. It's really difficult on the road, but it is the greatest thing ever.
Makes you ready to go tour to tour.
Yeah, it just, because doing what I'm doing, it's so difficult. You have to, sometimes you have to get up at 5:30 in the morning and go to bed at 2 in the morning. So you have to have the energy, and you sleep well, you sleep better. Everything works better, when you're a vegan. I think, for me.
For you, for us all.
Yes.
We'll let you test it out first, and then we're going to do it.
It's great. It's the best.
Where do you draw inspiration from when you write songs, and what's your favorite part about this process?
Well, writing songs, it is, especially with the instrumental stuff, it's difficult. Like, I'll get inspiration from, it could be hee-haw, or it could be, a movie or something like that. So it's inspiration is one of the most important things to me, because you never know where you're going to get it. You never know how it's going to hit you or strike you, but it's something I look for daily, and that's for sure. But when I see it, I grab it.
Grab it and write it down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you use Siri?
I do. Who doesn't? I have a vocalist, Rob Zombie. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a pretty good one to have.
Yeah, it's the best one to have.
I would have to agree.
No, not an escape. It's just, I just love to play guitar, and I'm always sitting there on the couch playing guitar, watching TV, and creating this music. So it's just what I do. I'd be doing this today if I was at home. I'd be doing the same thing.
Collaborating with Zombie, Manson, Talita Ford, David Lee Roth, and many more, what are some of the highlights of your career?
Well, let's see. I think just doing what I'm doing. It's. I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but every day it's so much fun. I've done so much with so many artists, and I've played all over the world at the best venues in the world. I've pretty much done it all. So just every day doing different things, it's so much fun to me. It really is so much fun to me, and I'm just happy. I couldn't be happier with what I'm doing.
I'm sure you're tired of these questions by now, but what can you tell me about the Lost David Lee Roth album that you recorded?
Well, it's not lost, and my I would just go to Dave's house and we'd write and we'd go and record. So it's sitting, with Dave, and he's just killing it in Van Halen right now, and they did an amazing tour, and amazing, just amazing songs on their last record. So, maybe one day Dave will release it, and I think it'd be a great thing because it's something else. It's really a great record.
Something everybody's going to enjoy for sure, and they're waiting to enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm such a fan of Dave's as well, and he really sings amazing on it, so I'm very proud of it. I don't know. I don't even know if there's labels anymore. Well, me and Dave wrote it, so we share the publishing. So yeah, but Dave owns it. He owns it. But the greatest thing ever is the day I got off a record label. I've never been happier in my life.
So tell me about your Remix Exploitation album.
Yes, the Remix Exploitation album it's kind of a remix of, the previous albums, and even the cover of the record, which your cameraman will probably relate to, but it's the something from the Jimi Hendrix Electric Ladyland, and what Jimmy had was he had a bunch of naked girls on the cover from, what was it, 1968 or something like that, and they had all these naked girls on the cover. So I did my own version of it, and had all these naked girls, and one of the girls holding a Jimi Hendrix picture, and they're holding a picture of me. So even the cover, I'm very proud of it. It's such a fun record. Yeah, Mad Monster Party, Blackgrass Plague, and Behind the Nut. It's kind of like my tribute to the love of the pedal steel, but I can't play it, so I play it all on electric guitar, so make it sound like that. People really like it. It's a fan favorite so far, but it hasn't even been released yet, so.
So tell me, where did you learn to play those pussy chords?
Oh, I love that.
In school?
See, very
In music
good.
school?
Very good, very good. A reference from Crossroads and Remix Exploitation. Very good. I've studied all my life, and I've started taking lessons when I was 7, and just love studying and learning and all that stuff. It just keeps my mind occupied, and I just love to learn all that stuff. That was, let me say something. I've done so many interviews, and that was probably the greatest question I've had in years and years and years.
Well, thank you. High five to that.
Awesome. Great.
I loved that line, by the way.
Yeah.
I was like, can I say that?
Oh, it's so great.
Can I
That's
say
so
that?
Genius. That's awesome.
Thinking back to early childhood, what was your first experience with music for the first time like?
Well, I loved TV. I was always in front of a TV, so the Monkees, Happy Days, Hee Haw, anything that they had a guitar, and I was hooked. So I think those were my earliest memories of, getting introduced to the guitar and music, were Hee Haw, Happy Days, the Monkees, anything like that. I was so, I loved it so much.
What skills, personal attributes are most important to being successful in the music industry?
Well, I think, there's so many, so many things you have to be to do this, to keep going in the music business. You have to be, of course, you have to play well with the others, and you have to be smart with business and, be good at your craft and be healthy. I think there's so many things you have to do to really keep going in this business. It's very imperative.
When this tour concludes, what's next for John 5?
Well, we have a new zombie record coming out next year, and then a new zombie movie called 31 that I did the score for, and a tour coming up. So 2016 is already booked, but I'm excited. After this run, I get to go home and relax and take it easy for a little bit. So, but 2016 is pretty packed. Just, it sounds kind of boring, but all I do is I just love, playing guitar and hanging out with the family, and because my whole life is running and interviews and all this stuff. So when I'm home, I really like to just chill out because, the other half of my life is just crazy, 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 so intense. So it's just like if you go to a concert or something, you go out to a concert and it's crazy loud and screaming and people going crazy. You want to chill out, so that's pretty much how it is. Hey, this is John 5, and I'm at Trees in Dallas, and you're watching Jam Magazine.